It's coming Friday, as the government said so. I have all the details and what is going on in just a matter of days right here in the video. Let's get into it and discuss what's going on. First off, can I ask a huge favor of you? Please make sure to like the video with the big thumbs up button right down below. Also, if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe as well. Again, with the big subscribe button right down below the video. Totally free to do so. Always has been and always will be. Thank you so much for being part of the community. I really do appreciate it, and just want to do whatever I possibly can to keep you updated and point out anything going on right now that may impact you, your money, your benefits, and anything else right now. It is such a busy time. Thanks again. Really appreciate it. And let's talk about just a few days from now, Friday, as they've indicated, yes, it will be coming. Now, I want to point out a bunch of different things that may be happening as a result of this. And as you noticed there, I just said may be happening, okay? We don't know the final details yet, which is really surprising considering we're only a few days off from right now. But this is likely what's going to be happening here, as we do know that this will be coming, but yet, what is it going to include? That is the big question. Now, Friday is the big deadline. Why? Because if they don't actually get their work done, then we may be looking at some other consequences, looking like possibly another delay / or maybe even a government shutdown. So let me explain what may be included in this big piece of legislation, well over $1 trillion that lawmakers will be passing, and what this all means going forward, and why this is so important and why we actually care about this. Now, let me first off point out what may actually be included in this legislation. First off, what have I been talking about for the last several months now, and some of the different things that lawmakers need to get done? Well, in my opinion, they need to get done, but they may not actually get done, but could potentially be included in here. Okay, let me rattle off a couple different things here. Number one would be the extension, or basically the resurrection of the ACP, the Affordability Connectivity Program, the free internet or heavily discounted internet that may be included in this legislation that's supposed to be passed by the end of the day on Friday. That's number one. Next, the Farm Bill. This may also be wrapped right into this. We'll have to see what happens here, but as of right now, they've done nothing with the Farm Bill. Basically, to this point, they've done nothing with it. But by the end of this year, if they don't get anything done with this, then we could see some major consequences. So they may actually wrap the Farm Bill into this as well. Again, we'll have to see what happens there. Next would also be the extension of basically federal reimbursement of benefits for SNAP beneficiaries that have been wrongly taken from beneficiaries. I've been talking about this for a while as well, because this ended way back on October 1st. This actually ended, and like nobody's been talking about this, of course, except for me. I keep pounding the table on this, saying this is going to be really bad for SNAP beneficiaries, and the last couple months it has been. But they may actually add this back in, where they bring back and resurrect again federal funds to reimburse SNAP beneficiaries in the event that their benefits are wrongly taken from them. So that may be coming in as well, okay? So these are just some of the different changes that may be coming as a result of this legislation that's coming out and needs to be passed by the end of the day Friday. What is it? The 2025 federal fiscal budget, okay? Now, this was supposed to be passed yet again way back by the end of September. That was months ago. It was supposed to be passed. Guess what they haven't done? They haven't done it. They have not done this yet. However, back in the end of September, they did come forward and they passed a couple months extension here out until the end of the day, Friday, the 20th, okay? So that's where we're at right now. They need to have this passed by then. Or the other options are, we have a couple options on the table. Option one is pass the full 2025 fiscal budget for the federal government, which basically just makes sure that the government stays funded until then. And they could add in any of these provisions that I just threw out there, and by the way, more of which that are out there and available, they could also add those in, okay? They could add anything into this thing. That's usually what they do, is they add all kinds of little smaller provisions into a larger piece of legislation like this and just get it all done at the same time, okay? So option one is pass it, and we're all good to go until the end of September next year, 2025. Option two is do nothing and go into a government shutdown. That's another thing that they could easily do, and I would not put it past them at this point. Okay, so that's option two. Option three would be another continuing resolution, CR, or stopgap bill, which basically just pushes it out, delays the inevitable out until some point in the future, which would likely be sometime next year. It could be February, it could be March, who knows when they would actually do it, but this is something that they could ultimately do. So those are the three options that they have as of now. Which one is it going to be? Honestly, I'm not really sure which one at this point it's going to be. I would anticipate either one of the two. I would say either they come together with a full year budget and actually get this thing passed, or they push it out until sometime next year. I don't think we're going to go into a government shutdown, but again, you can't really, you can't discount that. That could easily be a thing right now, considering here we are. We have some major events, beyond us by now that have already passed by. We'll have to see what happens here going forward. But the big deal behind this and why this is such an important thing is, well, number one, they need to get the 2025 fiscal budget done for the entire year, which was supposed to be done months ago, but yet again, they didn't do their work on time. So that's, a big one right there. But realistically, this is a really good opportunity. This is a great opportunity for them to bring back some of the things that they've talked about so many times, which is, bringing back the ACP. Again, Affordability Connectivity Program. This was around for several years, and then they just abruptly stopped it because they said, well, we ran out of money and we need to stop the program. So they stopped it back in, May of this year, I believe, is when it officially ended. And that was really tough for a lot of people, lower income, fixed income, people that were relying on discounted or, free internet to help them out. Well, they were really relying on that. And then unfortunately it just ended abruptly. Again, I believe it was in the end of May is when that actually ended of this year. Okay, so that's number one. They could add that in there, and there has been talk. You've heard me talking about this lately where, hey, there's been people out there talking, saying, hey, let's bring it back. Let's do this. Let's add it into the full year budget. So that's one. Again, this whole mess of not federally reimbursing beneficiaries for SNAP benefits, again, this was around for about 2 years, from October 1st of 2022 out until the end of September 2024 this year. And then it just ended. It was a 2-year provision. But this has been an absolute mess over the last couple months here, as this federal reimbursement has been gone. So therefore, this would be very, very good for SNAP beneficiaries going forward in the event that their benefits are wrongly taken from them through one of these skimming devices or whatever it happens to be. This would allow for federal funds to basically reimburse those beneficiaries. Without that, states will do nothing for the most part. States are not going to come forward. Maybe for a little while, to bridge the gap. They were saying, okay, we have a little bit of extra money here, we could reimburse you. But for the most part, states are not doing that. They do not have the bankroll. They do not have the funds. They cannot necessarily do that forever, indefinitely. Maybe for a short amount of time they could do it, but that's about it, okay? It's going to be bad going forward because these skimming devices that are out there, they're all over the place, right? I mean, just look at the different statistics and how many people who are SNAP benefits or EBT card holders have had their benefits wrongly taken from them. It's a sad situation, and this will only continue to get worse and worse as we see more of these, and EBT cards with no protections just make it so easy, the easy pickings for these people to basically extract that money right off of those benefit cards. So some of the different things that are out there, and hopefully they will add some of this in there, but either way, must be done. Something needs to be done by the end of the day on Friday. Otherwise, if they don't, guess what happens? They basically skip town. They basically leave for the rest of the year, and then they come back in early January, and they pretend like they're going to work again. Yeah, right. Anyway, I hope this helps you to keep you informed of what's going on here. Of course, I will continue to keep you posted as we get more information on anything right now. Of course, I will keep you posted on this, but not that much longer here, a handful of days until we're right down to the wire on this yet again, and I'll keep you posted on this. So anyway, I hope this helps you to keep you informed. Again, that's all I want to do here is let you know what's going on, what's going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your fixed income, anything else out there that's going to possibly be available for you to grab, like money, benefits, monthly checks, stimulus, raises to benefits, programs that are out there available for anybody. Just want to bring it to your attention. There's so many different moving parts right now. So many things have changed. And as we approach the end of the year, that's how things always are. The fourth quarter of the year is always super busy. A lot of big announcements and a lot of big changes that come in. And then, of course, as soon as we roll over to the new year, obviously, we're going to have a whole nother handful of big changes going into effect as well. Anyway, I hope this helps you. Again, happy holidays. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If you have not done so, again, please join the community. Totally free to do so. Always has been. Just subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Big subscribe button waiting for you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Otherwise, thumbs up button down below. Like the video. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that as well. Check out the other well over 5,000 videos here on the channel. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now showing up on your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Check out those. Again, just have a nice day. Stay warm out there. Again, happy holidays. Enjoy. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Let me know down below in the comment section what I can do for you, and I'll catch you again later in the